LeBron James made the decision on Tuesday here that he will enter free agency, but not only that, he has decided to leave the Los Angeles Lakers. Rich Paul, his agent, informed Rob Pelinka, the Lakers' president of basketball operations, that the Lakers can move on with their offseason because LeBron James is moving on with.
LeBron James just executed what might go down as the most calculated departure in NBA history, and the entire league is still trying to process the fallout. The King has officially informed the Los Angeles Lakers that he's moving on, leaving the franchise to sort through the wreckage he left behind. The reactions pouring in from fellow superstars and former teammates have been nothing short of priceless. So here's the real question. Did LeBron James use his time with the Lakers purely as a stepping stone to secure his son's financial future? Or did the front office ultimately fail to hold up their end of the deal?
Obviously, there's been a lot of different moves over the last year or so with the Lakers, different priorities with the Lakers. Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, we know they're both on max contracts, and their organization had decisions to make. And so before it can get to a point where the Lakers had to take time and wait, LeBron James made the decision for them. Now both sides can move on.
LeBron James has officially given the front office the green light to move forward with their offseason plans because his bags are packed and he's already halfway out the door. And the timing of this exit is so perfectly toxic, it honestly belongs in a museum. Just 24 hours before LeBron had his agent break the news, the Lakers quietly let a contract deadline slip by on June 29th, locking in a fully guaranteed $2.3 million salary for his son, Bronny James. You almost have to respect how flawlessly this was executed. The Lakers had until that Monday deadline to waive Bronny, free up a clean $1 million against their luxury tax number, and shift their roster strategy elsewhere. Instead, they walked right into it, guaranteed the paycheck for his third professional season, and signed off on the deal. The very next day, Rich Paul got on the phone with Rob Pelinka and made it clear the franchise was now free to move forward without the father in the picture.
And so why? I'm told this is a happiness-led decision for LeBron James. He feels like he needs to find his happiness elsewhere, and wherever he lands in free agency, it will not be driven by money according to sources. And so it was a bumpy finish.
If you genuinely think that timeline is just a coincidence, you probably shouldn't be trusted with a bank account, let alone a fantasy sports roster. This has all the markings of a calculated move from the most powerful agency in professional sports. The front office got played, plain and simple. Rich Paul wasted no time getting in front of the cameras, insisting LeBron's exit was all about chasing personal happiness, which is about as convincing as PR fiction gets. Sounds like something you'd find printed on a discount yoga mat or a dollar store desk calendar. Fortunately, Shams Charania came through with the version that actually holds up. According to his reporting, LeBron and the front office simply couldn't align on what it would take to build a legitimate championship contender. So on one side, you've got the polished corporate narrative about peace and personal growth. On the other, actual basketball insiders pointing straight at a serious rift behind the scenes.
Now they're going to have $50 million to play with from a salary perspective.
And to think Shams, free agency hasn't even officially opened yet. Thank you very much for joining us here for that insight. We appreciate it. In the meantime, reaction is understandably pouring in here on social media. The entire sports world wondering where LeBron James may go next, and will this be it in his all-time great career? Could this be the last year that he plays in the NBA? Certainly the questions continue. NBA Today will have a free agency special.
The most humiliating part of this entire split is that the Lakers never once put a real contract offer on the table for their legendary star before he walked away. ESPN had already reported days in advance that his departure was likely, meaning both sides essentially froze, let the clock run out, and allowed an 8-season partnership to quietly expire without a single real conversation. The instant the news hit, 10 to 12 teams immediately started blowing up Rich Paul's phone. The Warriors, Cavaliers, Heat, and Timberwolves are all actively courting a 41-year-old athlete. But while casual fans debate those destinations, there's a major Eastern Conference star working behind the scenes to completely shut down one of those landing spots. We'll get to that shortly because the early reactions pouring in from around the league are simply too entertaining to skip past. Luka Doncic was the first to break his silence, and his response said more with less. Remember, Luka briefly shared a backcourt with him during that short, celebrated stretch before injuries sidelined both of their primary partners. Instead of some emotional essay, Luka posted a single photo of the two embracing on the court with an 8-word caption. It was an honor to play with and learn from him. Clean, respectful, direct, a sharp contrast to the chaos unfolding everywhere else. Dwight Howard, meanwhile, wasn't here for sentiment. He saw the notification, grabbed his metaphorical popcorn, and declared that the upcoming farewell tour through Ohio is going to be pure cinema. He made zero effort to hide his excitement for the drama ahead. Even core locker room guys like Jared Vanderbilt, Jackson Hayes, and Jake LaRavia posted sincere thank you messages, reflecting real appreciation for the standard and work ethic demanded in that building every day. Then, Magic Johnson entered the conversation, and his words carried serious historical weight. Magic was the one sitting in that secret boardroom back in the summer of 2018, pitching the purple and gold to LeBron and Rich Paul to kick off this entire era. He posted a public thank you to both of them for taking that meeting 8 years ago and transforming the franchise. The man who opened the chapter showed up to help close the book himself. That peaceful mood lasted about 2 seconds before Charles Barkley stepped onto a television set and went straight for the jugular. While the rest of the internet was still processing the shock, Chuck had already formed his verdict and delivered it live. He flatly told viewers that LeBron has exactly one logical move left, packing his bags for a third stint with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Barkley argued on ESPN that going anywhere else would look like a desperate, manufactured attempt to chase rings just to keep pace with Michael Jordan's legacy. And Barkley wasn't just chasing a headline, he was reading the actual landscape. Cleveland is coming off a deep run to the 2026 Eastern Conference Finals, where they ultimately fell to the New York Knicks, and their roster is already loaded with an elite scorer in Donovan Mitchell, a veteran facilitator in James Harden, and a defensive wall built around Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen. Drop a veteran into that mix, and he doesn't need to shoulder a massive offensive burden for 40 minutes a night. He can coast through the regular season and mentor a talented young core for when the games matter most in May and June. Barkley laughed off the Golden State rumors entirely, calling that whole narrative a glorified corporate retirement tour with nothing to do with serious basketball. Shaquille O'Neal wasn't buying any of that Cleveland nostalgia. He cut Chuck off mid-sentence, telling him he was completely off base. Shaq's argument was simple. Nobody wants slow, textbook basketball in Ohio when Steph Curry and LeBron could share a backcourt in San Francisco instead. He brought up their gold medal run at the Paris Olympics, reminding everyone how effortless their chemistry looked on the international stage during that undefeated run. Shaq insisted a Warriors pairing would be must-watch television every single night, with a real shot at another championship. That left the basketball world split between a sentimental hometown return and an unprecedented modern super team. While those two argued it out on air, the heaviest reaction of the entire summer came quietly from a Lakers legend, and he sided firmly with Barkley. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar released a lengthy statement that nobody saw coming, given the complicated history between the two men. Kareem held the all-time scoring record for 38 years before LeBron broke it right in front of him back in 2023. Everyone expected some lingering resentment or passive-aggressive commentary, but Kareem flipped the script entirely. He called LeBron a winner on and off the court and told Lakers fans directly to stop being ungrateful and start appreciating what he gave the franchise over 8 years. Then came the real punchline. Kareem said if LeBron does return to Cleveland, winning a title almost wouldn't matter because his hometown would finally get to give an icon the proper send-off he deserves. He even joked LeBron might end up as mayor of Cleveland once his playing days are done, a comment that shows how far his influence extends beyond basketball in that city. Reporter Dave McMenamin backed this up on air, noting that Cleveland is the one place that has fully embraced every part of who LeBron is. It's a moment that puts the more divided, sometimes bitter reaction from parts of the Los Angeles fan base in a pretty unflattering light.
If Kareem Abdul-Jabbar can set aside his own pride and extend that kind of grace to the man who broke his record, it makes the ongoing complaints from some fans look increasingly petty. So with Barkley, Kareem, and several insiders all leaning towards Ohio, why do the Golden State rumors keep getting louder? Because of the calculated move Draymond Green made the day before the announcement. On June 29th, Draymond walked away from $27.7 million by declining his player option, money you don't leave on the table unless you're deliberately clearing cap space for a run at a major free agent. The idea of Steph and LeBron playing together under Steve Kerr has rattled at least one Eastern Conference contender. League sources indicate Jason Tatum's camp has been pressing the league office to investigate the Warriors for potential cap circumvention, believing LeBron and Draymond are working the system to force this pairing into existence. The timeline actually supports the theory. Tatum spent the entire Olympic gold run watching from the bench as this veteran core built chemistry without him. Making things worse, the Boston Celtics just traded Jaylen Brown to Philadelphia for Paul George and a package of picks, meaning the partnership that defined Boston for years is officially over, and Tatum now carries the full weight of that franchise alone. He knows if the Warriors pull this off, his own championship window could slam shut. While Tatum plays defense for his legacy behind closed doors, Patrick Beverley skipped the diplomatic route entirely, pointing out that LeBron essentially treated the Lakers front office like a personal trust fund. Beverley said on his podcast that LeBron waited until his son's contract was fully signed and guaranteed before informing the organization he wasn't returning. Not personal, just calculated business. Think about the audacity required to sit there on June 29th, watching the front office lock in a multi-million-dollar deal for your son, while your own bags are already packed for the airport. Then, almost exactly 24 hours later, your agent calls to say goodbye. And this isn't new behavior, it's classic. Back in 2010, when he left Cleveland for Miami, the Cavaliers found out he was leaving mere minutes before cameras started rolling on live television. 16 years later, he simply waited for his son's paycheck to clear before making the call. Beverley wasn't even criticizing him for it. He called it GOAT-level business instinct. But when Patrick Beverley is the one validating your business ethics, that might say something on its own. While Beverley laughed off the boldness of it all, Kendrick Perkins sat on the set of First Take in a genuine state of frustration. Perkins didn't direct the anger at the player. He went straight after the Lakers organization, calling it a catastrophic failure of leadership the moment the news broke. He showed up the next morning insisting you simply cannot replace the kind of standard and culture a leader like that brings to a locker room. For maybe the first time ever, Stephen A. Smith actually agreed with him, telling viewers that without that veteran presence, the Lakers are an 8th seed at best in a stacked Western Conference that now includes a rising Oklahoma City squad, a rising San Antonio team, and whatever super team the Warriors end up building. Coming from Stephen A., who spent years being critical of LeBron's decisions, that carries real weight. And while the ESPN set turned into a full-blown shouting match, Gilbert Arenas delivered the most honest reaction of them all. He pulled out a literal pillow on camera and went back to sleep, joking that the season was already over before July even started. It's the kind of blunt, painfully accurate response that captures exactly how fans are feeling now that the anchor of that locker room is gone. This has sparked one of the hottest debates currently dividing NBA fans across social media. Did the front office completely waste the final act of a legendary career, or did the player simply use them as a calculated stepping stone towards his next move? Either way, this exit proves LeBron James is still writing the terms of his own story, exactly the way he always has.